Hi guys, and welcome to another Dragonheir Silence God video. In this video, I want to go over the mechanics of the end boss, the end game dragon, the enemy that we all gonna face at the end of the season 1. If your server started early as mine or before mine, you're already facing him, so you already have an idea what I'm talking about, and you can skip ahead maybe and have a look at the comps if you're interested in that. Or if you're newer, your server is newer and started later than mine, you probably is still not open yet, and you're gonna have to face him in few days. So I'm gonna quickly go over his ability, the mechanic, and what it means for the game. So let me jump in here, and as you can see my ranking and my total score for the day. This is the total score that you're gonna do daily, and this is the total score that you're gonna have summing, putting together all the damage you've done in all the days of the fight. It's going to last 9 days, and there is an overall ranking that collect all the damage done daily with 6 key. So you're going to have to use 6 different composition every day, and deal as much damage as possible. Your target is to do at least 140 million to get the top chest. You can do less, obviously, you're gonna have a bit less rewards, but you can get the Echoes of Clysaidra, which help you with the end of the season shop. You can get the exploration progress material that is going to be converted in rewards. You get some potions and gold. Now, if you get 140 millions, obviously, with 16, it means that you have dealt at least 23 million on average on your teams. And it's not super easy. And as you can see also, my damage yesterday was of 213 millions. Today is 201. It's gone down, not because my comps are worse, but because the 50% of the boss health has already been passed. As you can see over here, the difficulty will increase when the boss HP reduces to 50%. So my server is one of the server with the highest whales population, I guess. All the best player and most of the big spenders are here, and they are doing big damages every day. So I don't even, I mean, those numbers for me are even not understandable. But nevertheless, let's have a look at the boss skills so you can understand the dynamics of the boss. And I might play on the screen some clips so you can see it in the background as well. So the boss have 5 active skills and 3 passive. The 3 passive are the Power of Dragon Rage, but we're going to see is also connected to his ultimate skill. When he stocks up this Power of the Dragon Rage, he is taking less damage when you dealt more than 200 million to him, and he's immune to control. His active skills instead are 5, as I said, and they are all with 6-second recharge. They're all AoE. They're going to hit all your champion, no matter the placement, no matter where you put them on the board. And they gonna have basically 2 basic AoE doing damage and 2 AoE placing debuff. The 2 AoE placing debuff are very annoying. One is placing recharge speed penalty, and the other one is accuracy penalty. Obviously, the recharge speed penalty makes it very difficult to stay on time and to make your comp automatic and work automatically on time with the boss bar, and the accuracy penalty makes your champions less prone to lend those debuff on the dragon. The other AoE plays defense penalty too, which make your champion take more damage because their defense is reduced by 50%. This one is very dangerous because the boss does a lot of damage and is just before his ultimate. And if you don't remove it, the battle will be very short. So you need a way to deal with that, and you need a way to stay on time. Otherwise, the recharge speed penalty is going to throw off your composition. His ultimate, basically on the first turn, will be at second 30. And after the unleashing of this ability, it will stack 4 stack of Power of the Rage, Power of the Dragon Rage. and if you keep them till the end of the next turn, it will do way more damage than it will do if you take them off. And the way to take them off is to manipulate turn meter, either your own turn meter of your champions or the turn meter of the dragon. If you knock down the turn meter of the dragon once, you're taking down 1 stack of the power of the dragon rage. If you're boosting your turn meter once, you're taking down another stack of power of the dragon rage. So in the span of 30 seconds, which is the entire turn of the dragon, you're gonna have to do it 4 times. And therefore champions that have those sorts of ability are very valuable in this fight. If you take them off completely, if you take them off all 4, the dragon will go right after this attack in weak mode for 5 seconds. And during those 5 seconds, it will take 50% more damage. Those 5 seconds are going to be added to the normal rotation of skills. So your second turn, if you take down all the power of the dragon rage, it will last 35 seconds and not 30. This is important when you try to time your skills, and you're going to see a lot of 35-second ability turns in my auto comp that we're going to see later. So this is pretty much everything about the dragon. This is everything you need to know. As I said, you're going to have to put together 6 comp and fight the dragon every day to get ranked and get the reward if you are interested into this. Let me jump into the dungeon so I can show you the composition, the gear, the skill setting and everything. And I might play some clip on the back so you can see the battles and you can see how the dynamics roughly work. So guys, these are my team for the end game boss. I've been working on 6 composition. 2 of them are still work in progress. 4 of them are more reliable and pretty much usable in the end game, in my opinion. They are not super crazy to build. You can replace champion with similar ability. You have to look for your roster and understand the skills that I'm using here and what you can use that you have of similar, so you can replace them if you don't have the exact same champion. And I want to start from my wild composition because it's the one that probably it's more close to what everybody has. We all have the main character. We all have Erich if you finish the storyline, and the other 3 are 3 epics that hopefully and luckily you got because they are amazing epic. So starting from the main character, obviously on fire, I've geared him with the Crown of the Unclean and the 3-year emblem set to give increased attack to my champions and deal more damage through the fight. Erich is geared in a similar way, but with the Gambler set and the Manticore statue. I'm trying to squeeze as much damage as possible out of him. He's one of my main damage dealer in this comp, together with Tononan. Tononan is an amazing epic single target damage dealer. He has the Eye of the Giant and the Gambler set as well. Crit damage if you can, attack if you can, the usual attack percentage, crit damage with crit rate, gauntlets, and crit rate everywhere. Get him close to 80% or over 80% if you can, build crit damage. And the defense in this case is almost secondary because I have enough support in this team to go through the fight. But if you don't have those champions that support you as well, you might have to build more defense. Some other of my comp have more defense than this one. On this one, I'm stuck in healing and shielding, so I don't need more defense than what I have on my champions, and you can see. The other 2 champions in my comp are Adolphus and Vikik. These 2 support champions are amazing paired together for this fight because, as we saw before, you have to remove a lot of debuff, and you're going to have to deal with a lot of damage that the boss is going to do to you. So the shield is very important because if he hits you and it damages your HP, it's going to also decrease your max HP through the fight. So Adolphus is really interesting. And on top of that, he has an ability that recharges the ultimate skills of your champion. So you can build him any way you want. I'm using the Antinai Tiara to give him more enlightenment. And I'm not using another artifact that we're going to see later when it's going to help with this fight. Well, instead for Vikuk, I'm using the Spiritual Incest Burner, which give him more ultimate skill back, energy back when he uses his ultimate skill. This is going to help keep those rage down on the boss. He is built to heal and to place those debuff, like the decrease attack on the boss. While Adolphus is only pushed on enlightenment, really. He has a lot of defense, but it's because the gear that I put on him has defense percentage, but you don't need that much. You push enlightenment, you build a big shield, you survive the hits. In regards of the timing, I've only timed Vikuk skills. Vikuk is going to be timing the cleanse at 27 seconds on the first time and 35 seconds for the rest of the fight. And then the rest of my damage dealer are all pretty much free to do their ability. I just stuck this to 2 seconds apart because I want to be sure that the ability don't overlap and the damage is calculated correctly. And this damage trio here with those two supports is able to do 48 million. So I'm going to put it up on the screen. It's a very decent damage if you consider that your team need to do more than 23 million each to get to 140 million. If you can squeeze 40 something million out of one of your team, you're going to make your life much easier with the other comp. The second comp I want to show you is my rally team. This rally team has really surprised me, really. I'm using Catherine to deal with the debuff. She's gonna place the immunity from her from his ultimate just before the two kills from the boss. They are 6 seconds apart, so she's taking care of both of them. I'm using Garius to heal the team. And then I'm bringing 3 rally champion. I don't have a better option than Welby, but he has to do the job. And he does it pretty well because this comp get around 43 million, or at least it did today. So let me show you the gear. Garius is built for taking part of the damage away from the other champion. He has the Spiritual Incense Burner to deal with the stack of the rage of the boss. His defense is pretty high. He helps the team stay up. Catherine has the Candle, which is the other artifact that instead push her turn meter when she uses a battle skill. And this is very important because this is going to happen very often, and so it keeps the rage of the dragon under control. She's built for healing, nothing special. Tathlin has the Crown on the Unclean and the 3-year set, increase in attack, decrease in defense, triple hit on his ultimate. He's the best candidate for this team to place the decreased defense. Wolby is also built for damage, Gambler set, Manticore statue, and then crit damage and damage through the entire gear. The champions on this comp are built with a bit more defense because I have less sustain. I have good healing, but I don't have protection. I don't have a lot of shielding, and therefore I push some defense on the team in a way to keep them alive through the entire 6-minute fight. And the last one is Huberg, which is a crazy bonkers damage dealer for this fight and any boss in the game. He's built also with some more of defense, Gambler set, Eye of the Giant, crit damage, and generally speaking, attack and crit rate as much as you can as soon as you hit those numbers for the defense. The timing of the skills is very important. I'm trying to stack the rally team to do their ability next to each other. This is keeping them giving rally to each other and doing more damage. And then the most important timing is going to be Catherine. Your Catherine is going to block that debuff, and she needs to place the immunity at second 19 on the first rotation. And after that, she's going to work on a 35-second rotation. If you do so, she's going to keep up with the boss. You're not going to have any struggle, and you can let pretty much the rest of your team round 3 if you prefer. In my case, I want Tatlin to go first, and right after I want Huberg to do the damage. I want that defense. I want the decrease defense. I want the increase attack. I want the rally that Tatlin gives if every 6 attack. And if any of them proc rally, Huber's gonna get automatically rally on it. So this is the timing I'm using. The third team I'm using is a Dauntless team. I've built this team out of frustration, really, and it has been the team that has surprised me the most. I didn't expect anything from Dauntless Champion on this fight, but they're dealing a good amount of damage. I've been able to get to 47 million yesterday. Today the damage was a bit lower. I need to rewatch the clip and understand what happened, but the timing should be all right. It ran smoothly yesterday, so I can still show you the composition. So I'm using Nathaniel, 2 rares, and 2 Dauntless Champion. If you don't have these 2 legendary, don't worry. You can use 2 Dauntless Epic. It will pretty much work the same. Your damage might be a bit lower, but again, we're doing 47 million here. You only need 23 plus million, so it's easily achievable with Epic Champion. So let me show you the gear of this team as well. I'm using Nathaniel to shield the team, remove one of the buff with his battle skill, and protect the team, heal, and place defense up. It has the candle of the ancestor candle, which pushes turn meter on his battle skill. For me, it's important that his battle skill come back as soon as possible, and is built with enlightenment to have a bigger shield and protect the team as much as possible. The other debuff is going to be taken care from Enna. Enna is going to be sync to remove the decreased defense, or to try to remove them all. If we have managed to remove the other buff before she goes, she's going to place the recovery over time on the champions, and she has the incense burner, which is the other artifact that manipulates the turn meter of your champion. So she's going to take care of some other stack of the range of the dragon. I've built her with the protection set, so she can help the team stay alive. And then I'm using Irina to do the decreased defense, and she's built with the 3 here emblem set. She's going to place the decreased defense, increase attack, you know the drill. And she is going to be placing the attack penalty 2. And then my 2 damage dealer are just built for damage, as you saw before. I've been using the arcane music box on Garrett, because I'm using the shield from Nathaniel, so I thought this was a good idea to put out more damage. We got mostly of the fight down on the shield. I was struggling to get crit rate on all these champions, so I had to resource to this artifact. And then the other damage dealer is going to be Suta, which is also a Dauntless Champion. She's built for damage. She has the Eye of the Giant, Gambler set, crit damage, the usual stuff. As you can see, there is almost 0 defense on them, because I'm protecting my team with the other champions, and I'm just expecting them to do the damage. So, talking about the timing of the Dauntless team, we're gonna have pretty much the same. The only difference is gonna be that my Irina is gonna work on shorter turn. I'm trying to get that decrease attack up as much as possible during the fight. Nathaniel is gonna work freely, and Enna is gonna remove the debuff on 35 circle. So she's gonna remove the decreased defense, focusing on the decreased defense, while Nathaniel battle skill is going to try to remove the rest. I've only timed the skills because I want them again to not be stacked and do damage separately 1 second apart. Nothing special. The next comp is in Ice and Necrotic. I've built this comp with one of the legendary that if you're lucky enough, you can get. It's available to everyone through the event. Is the D&D Hero Drit. Is my main damage dealer on this comp with Charlotte. He's just built for damage, as you've seen before. Eye of the Giant, Gambler set, crit damage, a little bit of defense. Zarlot is the same. He has the Manticore statue, Gambler set, crit damage, attack. And those two are my main damage dealer. To support them, I'm bringing Voresh. Voresh has the Crown on Unclean. He's also built in a Gambler set. I have better runes on this affinity, so I could push a little bit of damage out of him. He's not my main damage dealer, but he has a 5-hit ultimate, so it's good to place that decreased defense. And then I'm bringing Loris, a rare tank to place the decreased attack, and the Spiritual Incense Burner to deal with the Dragon Rage. The other champion that is very important, and she is perfect for this fight, is Megan. She's built with the Ancestor Candle that push her battle skill turn meter. She has as much as possible of skill haste, turnaround to her abilities very quickly. And on her battle skill, she recharged the ultimate skill of one champion by 25%. So every time she used that, she's going to take down one of the rage of the dragon. So this is pretty much everything for the gear. And in regard of the timing, the only one that I'm really trying to time is Megan. And she's trying to take off that decreased defense from the boss. The rest of the champions are free to go, and I'm trying to deal as much damage as possible. They just rotate and they work fine. As I said, I've been able to do 39 million with this comp. It's pretty good, and it's more than enough for me at the moment. The last two comps are a bit of a work in progress, as I said before. This one is a poison comp that I've put together, trying to get to over those 200 millions. And it's working fine, but there is no way here to deal with the decreased defense, with the decreased attack, or the recharge penalty. There is a decreased attack on the boss from Furbat, 3 damage dealer, and a healer. There's no timing on this team. I've only timed the damage dealer because I want Eli to place the decreased defense, and then the other two to go one just before and one right after. To deal more damage on the boss, but the rest of the skills, as you can see, they are not even timed. The last team, it's really not even worth mentioning, but the only reason why I want to show you this team is to show a couple of champions that are quite interesting. One is Gardarus. Gardarus has an ability to put shield on your team, and while the shield is there, your champions are going to have debuff immunity. It is not booked. I don't know if it's worth, because I've built him because I was trying to use him on the Frost Chaos Shadow boss, because if your champion were hit by under shield, it will dispel control, and that boss was to play stun. This boss doesn't play stun, but the shield is very useful. Is a decent champion. He helps the team survive the fight, and I'm playing around with the other necrotic tank, which is Fitz, because on his ultimate it removes the debuff from your team, and if you build enough resistance, and I've built more than enough over here, it will remove them from them and not take them on him, and so it can be used on this comp, for example. And then, unfortunately, I don't have really good champions to go with, so I've used Questa, not booked, for the decreased attack. She doesn't do really a good job. I'm using Tia for placing the decreased defense in a gambler set, and I'm using Irma to try to mitigate the damage. But this team is not really doing very well so far. I need to find a better solution, to be honest, and I've only been able to do around 12-13 millions with this team. It's kind of a backup. As you can see, it's called leftover. So that's everything I'm left to do the last few millions of damage on this boss. Right, guys, I hope you find this video useful, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and I see you soon with another video about Dragonheir Silent God.